Disney is completely washing their hands of Rachel Zegler.
She refused to keep her fat mouth shut.
She took a literal fairy tale and turned it into a nightmare. And now her bratty attitude is getting her blacklisted.
Rachel Zegler has been described as a walking PR disaster for Disney's.
But she's not taking this lying down. Disney is being sued for removing her from future projects.
Everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Hollywood has seen some career nosedives before, but this is like a comet plummeting to Earth. We are officially witnessing the Rachel Zegler effect in real time, and it's just like watching a train wreck.
Now preparing to sue Disney as well as other mega movie studios for terminating her future contracts without reason.
Rachel has somehow managed to go from Hollywood's next big thing to the biggest Disney disaster. And it all started with her comments about the original Snow White movie, calling it weird and outdated.
Snow Brown, a spicy Latina with skin as white as snow.
Now listen, you can mess with a lot of things in Hollywood, but you do not mess with nostalgia. Naturally, the internet exploded, with people fuming and calling for Disney to drop her. And hey, guess what? It looks like Disney actually listened, because Rachel may be getting the boot. It all began when Zegler's interviews about Snow White went viral, and not in a good way. Instead of celebrating the magic of the 1937 classic, she basically called it sexist and irrelevant. She dismissed the original love story, saying it was creepy and unnecessary.
I mean, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently.
Now here's the thing, Disney fans love Snow White because it's a timeless classic. But instead of hyping up the nostalgia, Zegler made it sound like she was starring in Snow White and the Feminist Manifesto. Nobody was amused. Just look at some of these comments. There is absolutely no way that I am ever going to watch this garbage. Hollywood loves a good aggressive narrative, but there's a fine line between being an advocate and being insufferable. Rachel might have crossed that line. Every interview felt less like movie promotion and more like a Twitter thread about why everything is problematic. So, the results should not be surprising.
Not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
Dumbo, now rumors are swirling that Disney has had enough of Zegler's PR disasters and has quietly decided to cut ties with her. And to make it extra dramatic, they're allegedly planning to do it on Christmas Day. That's right, Disney, the company, known for wholesome magic and holiday cheer, might be serving up Zegler's termination notice as a Christmas gift. And honestly, can you blame them?
Box office from a Disney live-action remake that they've ever done in Dumbo.
The writing has been on the wall for a while. Zegler has been attached to multiple projects that either flopped or underperformed. West Side Story had underwhelming numbers. Shazam! Fury of the Gods was also a box office ghost town, and Hunger Games. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes was the lowest grossing film in the entire franchise. Disney is in crisis mode, trying to recover from a series of financial mistakes. Cough, The Marvels, cough, and they can't afford to keep investing in someone who literally repels audience.
You shitting on Snow White and the prince and young love and women who want to.
As the backlash grows, old clips of Zegler have also resurfaced, leading to speculation that all of her scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. Instead of damage control, it seemed like she just kept doubling down. She dismissed criticisms, laughed off concerns, and at one point seemed outright annoyed at the idea of promoting the film. When asked if she was excited to play Snow White, she responded with, "I just mean I don't really like the original movie, so, well, there."
Yeah, they certainly are. Now listen, if Disney wants to make more woke films that tank at the box office, they are more than welcome to do that, but maybe think of an original idea. Maybe not destroy a classic from my childhood.
Disney poured over $250 million into Snow White, expecting a global box office smash. What they got instead was a nightmare. Early projections suggested a brutal flop, with one of the worst openings for a Disney live-action remake.
If Andrew's scenes could get cut, who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
And let's not even talk about China, where it reportedly made less than $1 million. Turns out, alienating your audience and trashing a classic isn't the best marketing strategy. One of Zegler's biggest complaints about Snow White was the prince. She repeatedly mocked the original romance, calling him a stalker and suggesting that his scene should be cut entirely.
There has been inevitable backlash online, fans accusing Disney of inserting unnecessary feminism into classic fairy tales.
Now sure, the prince isn't exactly the most developed Disney character, but did she forget she was starring in a love story? It's like signing up for Romeo and Juliet, and then demanding that Romeo gets written out. Naturally, Disney fans didn't take kindly to this, and social media erupted with calls to boycott the film. Oh, but it gets better. In came Peter Dinklage, who criticized Disney for even including dwarves, calling it offensive. Disney, in full panic mode, scrapped the classic dwarves and replaced them with random CGI creatures.
Snow woke, and the 7 pronouns is sitting at 43% on the tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes.
Zegler, of course, praised the decision, acting as though she personally reinvented fairy tales. But instead of applause, fans were left confused, frustrated, and wondering if anyone involved in this film even liked Snow White. Hollywood tried to push Rachel Zegler as the next A-list star, but the box office numbers are proving she's about as bankable as Monopoly money. Y2K was supposed to be her big moment, her opportunity to shine outside of big franchises. Instead, Y2K hit the box office like a dial-up connection in 1999, painfully slow and full of errors. The movie opened to a tragic $2.1 million on a $15 million budget. That's not just bad, that's someone's getting fired for this bad. And just to rub salt in the wound, it got absolutely smoked by movies that had been out for weeks. Even a re-release of Interstellar, a movie from 2014, made more money. Christopher Nolan's wormhole time travel movie outperformed Rachel Zegler's brand new film. Man, if only they let the dwarf stick around for Snow White. There appears to be a sizable problem. Where are the dwarfs? Perhaps the turnout would have been a little better. The backlash was so bad that Disney reportedly scrapped the original release date for Snow White and is now desperately trying to figure out what to do. Reshoots, recasting, or maybe just quietly letting it disappear into the Disney vault. Never to be spoken of again. Jonah Platt, a Disney producer's son, has blamed the entire disaster on Zegler, saying her political views and narcissism are what tanked the movie. He deleted the Instagram post where he absolutely roasted her, but the digital footprint still remains.
The cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
Now, one thing's for sure, y'all. After multiple flops, industry insiders are reportedly steering clear of Zegler like she's got cooties. One studio executive said, "It's not just her numbers, it's the baggage she brings."
Are roles made for actors of my stature. I can't go out for the Harrison Ford or the George Clooney roles because that's not for—
So, Zegler isn't just bad for business, she's a liability. And in Hollywood, if you're not making money, you're not making movies. It's not just Hollywood turning its back on Zegler. The internet has collectively decided she's canceled. The Snow White trailer racked up millions of dislikes, and social media has turned her into a meme machine. People are making edits of her interviews with captions like, "How to kill a movie franchise in 10 seconds or less." She's become the poster child for Hollywood misfires, and at this point, if you see her name on a movie poster, you already know it's a financial risk. But hey, at least it's a good thing Rachel doesn't need our business. I don't need your business. Thanks. So be it. Anyway, what's next for Zegler? Broadway comeback? Dancing with the Stars redemption arc? Maybe an apology to her fans? Unless she makes a dramatic career shift or pulls a Robert Downey Jr.-level comeback, the industry seems ready to leave her behind. It looks like, at the end of the day, Rachel is learning the hard way that Hollywood isn't just about talent. It's about likability. You can't alienate your audience, disrespect beloved franchises, and expect to stay on top. Zegler went from Hollywood's next big thing to Hollywood's next big disaster in record time. If there's one lesson to take from this, it's simple. Never bite the hand that cast you, because in this town, once they're done with you, there's no coming back. So long, Snow White. Looks like the fairest of them all just got the coldest shoulder in Hollywood. What do you guys think? Was Disney right to distance itself from her, or are they just shifting the blame? Would you still watch a movie with Rachel Zegler in the future, or is she completely canceled in your eyes? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop with all the latest celebrity news. Oh, and hey, check out our next video. You won't want to miss it.